Boris Epstein is with us now. He is a Trump supporter, active in politics. You are active in politics.
I am active in politics.
You are activated as of this morning, aren't you?
I've been active for a while and very active this morning.
And you're a happy guy, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm happy. Yeah, listen.
But look, Donald Trump has to get 60% of the remaining delegates to get the nomination on the first ballot. That's a big row to hoe. That's a big mountain to climb, isn't it?
Well, it is if it was still proportional. But once you get after the 15th, starting on the 15th, starting in Florida, starting in Ohio, and then on, it is not proportional. It is winner take all. And we just saw those two polls. Those are some big states. He'll get a lot of delegates just out of those two in Florida and Ohio. And it is really sad to see what's happened to Marco Rubio, a complete implosion of his campaign. And there's the advisors talking to him about getting out before Florida. He should really think about doing that.
You're piling on, Boris. You're being just really, really nasty right now.
No, I'm really not. I'm calling it like it is, and I'm being as objective as possible on this race. I do believe that Donald Trump is the best candidate for the GOP. I think he'll reach out to a lot of independents, a lot of Democrats in Ohio, Michigan.
You've got to convince a lot of other people that he's the best. Hold on a second. I wanted to roll a soundbite. It's from last night. This is Donald Trump speaking after his victory, where he says, "I'm a unifier. Come on, unite around me." Watch this.
I must tell you, it's very, very important as a Republican that our senators and that our congressmen get reelected, that we put a good group of people together, that we keep the people that are there. We have some terrific people. Not all of them are on my side, but we have some terrific people. And it's very, very important. If we're going to be effective, it's very, very important.
He's looking very presidential there. Yeah. Now, you tell me honestly, do you think that Cruz and Rubio and Kasich are all going to say, okay, Donald, you're the winner. You got it. We'll unite around you?
Well, those three may not, and Rubio's going to stay in most likely, even though he shouldn't. He will stay in through Florida. Kasich has a better shot in Ohio than Rubio does in Florida.
Wait a minute, that's inside politics. I asked you, are those three going to unite behind Donald Trump?
They said it in the debate that they would, that they support the nominee, and they have to, and they should. Listen, as a Republican Party, this is the best thing that happened to us since Ronald Reagan. He is somebody who is broadening the Republican tent. He's not shortening it. He's not shortening the spectrum. He's doing good for the party. And everybody talking to the liberal billionaires, as you mentioned, that is a terrible idea. We need to listen to the voters. And what are the voters saying? The voters in Mississippi, in Michigan, in New Hampshire, in Alabama, all over the country. You look at the map. It's a Trump map.
We need to listen to the voters. Can I add something quickly? If Trump wins Florida and Ohio, forget about delegate count. That's going to be a signal that he's the choice. In any other normal dynamic, the system would rally around that individual. So we can talk about delegate counts, but if he takes both of those states, that's the statement. Both of those other men will be out. Yes. It is game over, literally.
The establishment has to back him
at that point.
Florida and Ohio.
That is correct.
Whatever this establishment is, it's sort of an amorphous thing, right?
Yes.
Who is the establishment? Is Chris Christie the establishment? He's supporting Trump. Is Mitt Romney the establishment? Somebody who I supported in 12, but I think is making a huge mistake by going against Trump the way he is. The establishment, the party in general, needs to, again, listen to those going to the polls and say, hey, the party wants Donald Trump. The party's much more enthusiastic than it's ever been. Yes. We have the enthusiasm now. Let's capture it.
I'm going to ask this question. I'm going to make this statement to all our guests this morning. If Donald Trump, for any reason, is not the Republican nominee, I say the Republicans lose. You agree?
Yes.
You agree?
Not necessarily. The enthusiasm was high even before he entered the race. It depends on how they handle it. But if he's not the nominee, something I think very bad has occurred. So possibly yes.
They lose.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody. I think we're going to wrap up politics, and we're going to now move on to our baseline.
As a Republican Party, this is the best thing that happened to us since Ronald Reagan. He is somebody who is broadening the Republican tent. He's not shortening it. He's not shortening the spectrum. He's doing good for the party. And everybody talking to the liberal billionaires, as you mentioned, that is a terrible idea. We need to listen to the voters.
He's feeling pretty good, that guy right now. Is Boris Epstein.
Yes,
he's very much a Trump supporter, and he's feeling really good this Wednesday morning. If you want to get stuff like that, you've got to watch us sharp 9 a.m. Eastern every weekday.